Hi guys, in this video we will build and deploy Facebook clone. So as you can see, we have this story section, then we have this sidebar, and we have this right bar, and we have what's on your mind section, and then we have the post section. So you can add post and you can delete post, but you cannot delete other person post. You can only delete your own post. As you can see, I have logged in with the Brave Coders account. You can see as here, so I can only delete posts which have been posted by the Brave Coders. So this post is posted by the Brave Coders, so I can delete this post if I wish. If I'll just click on this cross button, the post will be deleted. And this post is done by Abdul Muqit, not Brave Coders, so this cross button is not available here for this post. So this is what we are going to build today. Let's do a test post. Test post, only text only. Okay, and here it is, test post. Let's delete this by clicking this cross button, and the post is gone. And let's post a attachment post. Let's attach this image, and let's write React is best, then try to post this one. Yeah, here it is, React is best, and this is ordered by descending order, so the latest post will be show on top and rest of the post will be show in the bottom. So this is what we are going to build today. I hope you guys are excited, so let's get started. But before that, we can also log out by clicking on this button here. If I'll click it, you can see this will log us out, and then we can sign in with Google. We are using NextAuth here. So if I'll click on this one, then it's going to show us all the Google accounts which we have. So let's log in with Abdul Muqit one this time. So it's here logged in as Abdul Muqit, and now we cannot delete this Brave Coders post, and we can delete our own post. So this is what we are going to build today. I hope you guys are excited. So let's get started. So I will open my CMD here, and I will type npx create next app fb clone -yt and hit enter. And we are not using TypeScript. Just wait for it to install all the libraries and dependencies it needs. Okay, so it's done now. We can open this project inside VS Code by typing by cd into it. So cd fb clone yt, and then I will write code dot to open VS Code inside this folder. So my VS Code is here. Let's go and do install Tailwind CSS first. So I'm going to close this terminal, and I'm going to open a web browser, and let's go to Tailwind and get started. Frameworks guide, Next.js, and we have created our project. So this step is done. Now this step, copy this and inside here we are going to paste. Okay, it's done. Go back and do this next. Go to config, wait a minute, go to tailwind config.js file and paste here this stuff. Okay, now third step, global.css. Inside global.css, under style, inside global.css, remove everything and paste this. and I'm going to delete module.css. okay, and this is what we are going to do for testing. So copy this and then go to pages, inside index.js, remove everything inside main and redeclare main, and paste this here, and we are going to remove this, and we are going to remove this line also. And now let's do npm run dev. Let's open localhost 3000. So it's here and it's underlined, so our Tailwind CSS configuration is working. So now we can begin. So first of all, what we are going to do is we are going to go into Tailwind config.js, and inside here, inside themes, inside extend, we are going to extend it and add color. So I will add colors like this, and we are going to add a primary color. So this is Facebook's primary color we have added in our configuration file. Okay, that's all for now, and now let's close this file. We don't need anymore. Close this file also, and let's start working with our login component. So for that, we are going to create a component folder. Inside here, I'm going to create a folder called components, and in here I'm going to have a login component. So login.js, and then I can do RAFCE to create a arrow based React functional component. So we did it because of extension I've installed. It's this one. It's called React. This one here, ES7 plus React Redux React Native Snippets. This extension is what we allowing me to do this RAFCE, and then press enter, and it's going to it's RAFCE. My auto import is not, my extension is not working correctly, as you can see here. So I will just restart the VS Code so that it works correctly. So let's do this quickly. So inside login, I will do RAFCE. Yeah, it's here this time. Okay. Okay, now so this is our login component. We are going to style it in a minute. So we will do, since we have Tailwind, we can just do class name grid grid call to okay, then go here and we are going to need a icon package. So I'm going to install React icons. So let me show you first. So it's this one here, React icons. So I will copy this, then I will go back and I will do paste here. This will install the React icons library and I will do npm run dev. Okay, good, our server is also started. So now from this library I am going to import from React icons /bs. By the way, you can also search like this here and icons, like if I want a Facebook icon, it's Facebook, wait, hold on, Facebook. So suppose if I want this icon here, I will just click it and I will just import it like this, and then I will just import it React icons and / the starting of the the prefix of the icon. So the prefix is bs here, so that's why bs is also here inside here. Okay, so we can now use this icon. So I will do like bs Facebook class name text white text 200 pixel. Okay, let's save this and let's check what we have so far. Our server isn't running or what? Our server is running. We are not currently rendering our login component. So inside here we will do remove this and do login, this one here, auto import. Now it should be here. Yeah, Facebook is here. Okay, looking good. Let's go back in login. Now inside here we are going to have another icon and a text saying sign in with Google. So this icon FC Google, I will import it from React icon library. So I will write FC Google, and since it's starting with FC, so I will write FC here. Okay, so this should be looking okay right now. Yeah, so our sign up with Google is here. Okay, next thing is once we click on this, next we need to redirect the user to select their Google accounts. So for that we are going to use NextAuth. So let's start NextAuth implementation. NextAuth. So getting started, let's do this first. Let's create another terminal. Okay, and do this npm install NextAuth. Okay, and go back to here, and then we have to go inside the pages, then API folder, then auth folder, and inside auth we have to create this file. So I will copy this here and I will go back to my project, and inside API, inside auth, we are going to create a new folder here, call it auth, and inside auth we are going to have a file which we have just copied. Okay, looking awesome. Let's go and copy this entire thing in this file. Okay, so since we are doing a Google authentication, so we don't need to do Facebook GitHub provider, we need Google provider here. So same like that, we are going to just change GitHub to Google here, and then we will do Google. Okay, for the import, and we will do Google provider. Okay, and we will need to have this client ID and client secret in our env file. So first we are going to create a client ID, so we can call this Google ID, and I will copy this and paste it here, Google secret. So let's create a env file first. So let's this new file and name it .env.local. okay, inside here we are going to do Google, what was it, Google ID, and we need Google secret. So we are going to get it from Google Cloud Console. So for that, let's create a Firebase project. So let's go to Firebase, and change the account to Brave Coders, and we are going to add a new project, and we are going to name it fb clone -yt. okay, continue. We don't need any analytics for this project, just create this project. It's going to take a while to start this, to create this Firebase project. Okay, so our project is here. So let's go, and we will go here inside authentication, inside build, inside authentication we will do get started, and inside Google authentication we will turn this on, and we will configure an email ID We will save this. Okay, so it's here. Now just click on this and click on this. This is your client ID and this is your client secret, but we are not going to get it from here. We will open Google Cloud Console. So we will do Google Cloud Console and we will go here and change the account to Brave Coders. And we have to change the project. So from here go to all projects and then FB clone YT. Okay, so go to dashboard, then API and services, go to credential, and inside here we will click on this first web client and wait for it to load. This is your client ID, so copy this thing here to our Google ID, and this is your client secret, so copy this here. Okay, for now we only need these two things, but we will be needing more stuff like NextAuth URL and NextAuth secret. So I will be adding these two files, these two entries also. So NextAuth URL will be your localhost 3000, that's it, and NextAuth secret you can keep any secret you want. So I have written some secret 123. Okay, so let's save this env file, and whenever you change your env file you have to rerun your server. So I'm going to close my server, do a clear, and then I will do npm run dev once again so that it loads new env file. As you can see, loaded env from this. Okay, so inside this console authorization origin you can see, so we can add one more for our localhost 3000. So I will copy this 5001 and paste it here and change it to 3000. Okay, and we also need a redirect URI, but we will need it in a minute. So let's first save this one. This one is saved. Again open this. Okay, let's keep it here and then go back to our login components. So in our login component, whenever someone clicks on this button here, so they should be redirected to the sign in page. So we have a sign in function in NextAuth. We will be utilizing that. So we will do on click equals arrow function, and I will do sign in like this, and I will pass Google as a string. Okay, so we will import sign in from NextAuth. So I will do import sign in from NextAuth /react. Okay, now let's see what we got. So if I'll just click on this button here, so it's going to Google account, but it's saying access blocked. Okay, so just click on this error details button and this will give you a URI. So you have to copy this thing and go back to our Google Cloud Console, and inside the authorization redirect URI, authorized redirect URI, we have to give this like here and then save. Now we should be able to log in. Let's go back and let's try. So our account is here, let's choose this account, but the name you can see it's saying project 75610. We can change this. Let's go to here and let's go to the consent screen, and inside the app name we can edit it. We can write FB clone YT. Okay, save and continue. Email address we have to provide. Save and continue, save and continue. Back to dashboard. Okay, so let's go once again here and go back and let's click one more time. This time it should say FB YT clone. Okay, looking awesome. Let's select account and it should redirect us to the login page. Yeah, so now next thing is we have to make our home page so that when the user is authorized it will be redirected to the home page. For that I'm going to do is I'm not going to render input login as like this. I'm going to use session and I'm going to check if there is a session. Then if there is no session, then we will we will redirect the user to login page. If we have session, then we will not redirect it to login page. Okay, so we will fetch the session server side so that we don't have any type of blinking effect. So let's go and do a server side function. So export async function and it's called get server side props, and it will have a context, and we will do const session equals await, and we will do get session from NextAuth. We will get this function and we will pass context to it, and then we will return an object with props as a key, and inside this key we can return our session. If key and value are same, so we can just write it like this, session. Okay, so let's go and at the top and do const data, rename it to session, and we will do use session hook. Okay, and then we will write if not session, if there's no session, then we can return our login component. Okay, if there is session, we will return our home page, like say home page. So let's see. Okay, so we have to wrap this session provider inside our app.js file. So it should be here also. Yeah, inside. So in our app.js I'm just copying this and pasting in our app.js. So where it is, so in our app.js I'll keep the global CSS file and then paste everything. Okay, now we should not have any error, and we are seeing our home page because we have the session, we have logged in this application. We don't have any way to log out for now, so let's start with the navbar now. So for navbar I will go back in here and I will create a component called navbar.js, and I will do RAFCE. Okay, this is our navbar, and we don't need this. We will just render this now. Navbar. Okay, let's see what we have. Navbar. Okay, good. Okay, before starting anything out, I'm just going to copy the images in our public folder from our previous build. So I'm going to go inside this folder, and then in pages, oops, not pages, in public, I'm going to copy entire thing to this folder, public, replace file in destination. Okay, so this is it. Now let's close this. Okay, so inside navbar we will be having some classes. So we have these classes. You can copy this from my GitHub repo. If I will be provided, link will be provided in the description. So this is it, and then we will be having this here for creating our sidebar search and Facebook icon. So we have to import some icons. I'm going to quickly import everything we need. Okay, so these import we will be needing. So let's see what we have now. So as we can see, we have this Facebook icon, and then we have this search field. Okay, looking awesome. Let's go back. Next up is this a bunch of SVG icon. So as you can see, it's here. We need it to be in the center, so no worries. So let's save this and check out. Okay, so it's saying session is not defined, so let's go and define our session first. So we will be doing const data and rename it to session, and if is equals to use session. and this is what we have now. So we also have some custom classes which we are going to define. So if you will see here, we have this custom class icon wrapper. So we have to define this icon wrapper inside our global.css file. So let's go into the global.css. So let's go into global.css. Okay, so let's do @layer base. Okay, we are going to give our body a color first. So let's select body and then apply. Okay, this color we are giving to our body, and then we will do @layer components, and inside here we will do .icon wrapper, and inside the icon wrapper we will have this style. This style. Okay, that's it for now. Let's go and check out how it is looking. Yeah, looking awesome. So our navbar is ready. So let's work on our sidebar, left sidebar. Okay, so for that we are going to create a component called left sidebar. Left sidebar.js and do RAFCE. Okay, so inside our index we will again import left sidebar. Okay, and inside our left sidebar what we will do is we will be having some styles to make our sidebar. So I will just do enter and paste this style. Okay, we will create a div inside here with this style. Okay, now we will create a custom component called left sidebar link. So let's go and create this component, left sidebar link.js. Okay, and this component will be very simple. I'm just copying pasting. You can again copy from my GitHub repo. So again this has some classes. Okay, and then we have a image which we will pass as a props, and then we have a text which we will pass as a props. Okay, so let's close this now. So let's go back to the sidebar. So this is here left sidebar, and we are passing image as session.user.image. It's basically the user image who has logged in our app, and then text is basically the username. Then again we have this /friends.png which is coming from our public folder. So you can see friends.png here. So this is what the files are coming from. So let's import this first. Okay, so we have to manually import it. So let's write import left sidebar link from left sidebar link. Okay, let's see how it is looking. Okay, so session is not defined. Again we will do session and use session. Okay, so let's quickly do const data, rename it as session, and use session hook from NextAuth. That's it. Okay, so we need a few more imports which I'm copying pasting. For icons, import for icons. Okay, these two icons. Okay, so it's saying use session is defined multiple times. Let me see. Oh yeah, okay, so our left sidebar is looking pretty cool and it's already here, as you can see. Now let's work on the right sidebar. So for right sidebar, we will create a right sidebar component and work on it. Let's do right sidebar.js and do RAFCE, and let's go into the right sidebar. It will have a component called contacts, so I will create a contacts component, contact.js. okay, and inside contact.js we are doing some stuff, which is this. So inside contact.js we will be having a name which we will get from our API, but since I'm not doing it, I'm just keeping it a static Bill Gates, and we are using Bill Gates image. Okay, so this is all for the contact. So now let's go back to the sidebar in my other screen. So for sidebar we will be needing some imports, so let's copy the import first. Okay, then we will have this. To create our sidebar, let's see if this is working. We are not rendering the right sidebar, so let's go and render the right sidebar. So let's go, and then inside here I will do right sidebar, and let's see, friend request. Okay, so it needs another module called friend request, so I'm just quickly copying pasting it. Create a component called friend request, and paste this here. So this should do it. So our friend request component is this one here, and our contact component is this one here. As you can see, Bill Gates, Bill Gates, Bill Gates, Bill Gates 5 times. Okay, okay, now it's time to work on our feed component. So for feed component, I will go to feed component in our other screen, and it depends on story component and what's on your mind component. So let's start the feed component first. So let's go and create a component called feed.js. okay, do rafce, and inside here we will do feed. Okay, so inside feed component we will be having some style, which is this one here, and it's depend upon a story component. So I will write story story. Okay, let's create this story component quickly. Story.js, and I will do rafce, and I will import a story here. Okay, so let's see what we have on our screen. So we have this story. Okay, good, looking awesome. So let's go and work on this story component. So story component, so in a story component we will be having some data, so we will call it single story data, which will have objects, which will be array of object with the object with property title, image and post image. Okay, so it's currently we are not using this object, but we will use in a minute. So let's do some stuff here. Okay, so what we have here, we have some styling going on, and then we have something called session. So we have to define this session first. So for that we can do const data, rename it to session, and equals to use session hook from NextAuth. Okay, and then we also need this single story component. So single story component, so we are going to create a single story component. Let's go create single story component.js, and it will be of this type. It will accept a title, image, post image, and it will just render things in that manner. Post image will go here, image will go here, title will go here, again title will go here. So this one is alt for the image tag, so that's why the title is alt, and this one is the title in the p tag, actual title. Okay, so it should be working right now. So let's see, let's reload this page. Okay, so hi book open is not defined, so we have to define. We have to import some stuff in our story. Remove use session because we already have one. Now let's see. So now our story session is here, as you can see, and it's not, the name is not readable Elon Musk or Bill Gates. That's because we are missing a custom class, I believe. Let's see if I can find it out. It should be in single story. Yeah, single story. This custom class we are missing. So let's copy this single story and then go back to global.css and then dot single story. Then we can write normal CSS inside here also. So I will take it single story dot before, and we are doing this. Now it should look okay. Great. Now we can read the name Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Elon Musk. Okay, so but this ugly scroll bar is coming, so we have to hide this scroll bar. So in Tailwind, if you want to hide the scroll bar, there's a plugin called scroll bar hide. So I will use this plugin, scroll bar hide. Tailwind scroll bar hide, this plugin I am talking about. So let's go and install this. Go here and do npm I tailwind scroll bar hide, and if you will go back, it will tell us where to put it. So inside our tailwind config.js, we have to put it inside the plugins and then require, and then this, something like this. So I will copy this and go to tailwind config.js, and inside here I will write like this. Now it should, scroll bar should go away. Yeah, it's gone, as we can see. And why it's gone? It's because we are using the class. Let me show you. We are using this class scroll bar height. That's why it's gone. So it should be in the story. Story, and if I can just find scroll bar height, yeah, here it is, the scroll bar height. That's why the scroll bar is not showing there. Okay, so we have created our scroll bar, and now the next thing is the what's on your mind section. So for that section, let's create a what's on your mind section. What's on your mind.js. Okay, okay, so we have a lot of stuff in this file, so I will not confuse you guys. First of all, let's copy the imports. So the import is here. Okay, next thing is we are going to do RAFCE. I think it's only possible when it's not working again. Let's just copy first everything, and then I will try to explain you what is going on here. So we have copied this. So these are the import guys, and just forget about this stuff right now. let's go here, and this is just saying that this div will have some class, and this here is saying that if loading is true, then opacity is 50%, otherwise opacity will be 100%. so loading is a state. As you can see here, loading is our state. If it is true, then our opacity will be 50%, and if it is false, then our opacity will be 100%. You will see what I'm talking about in action in a minute. So let's see, this is going on here, and then we have this same thing, user.station. we are fetching the image of the user, and then we are saying that a value of input is input, and on every keystroke changes, whenever the input is changes, we are updating our value in our using set input. We are updating the value of our input. So basically we are binding our inputs here. So and then we are saying if file is selected, if a selected file, if someone has choose a dead pic image or anything like that, no, not anything like that, if someone has choose an image, then this is going to work because it's selected file. It's saying then this stuff from there to there, this is going to go in action. If there is no image, this will not display. Okay, so then we have this file picker, and then we have this smiley saying feeling activity. Okay, then we have a button called selected button, and then a lot of stuff is going on here. Okay, let's first see what we have on our front end. So we don't have anything because we are not rendering it. So let's go back and render. Let's go back into the feed and render what's on our mind. What's on your mind? Okay, let's see what we have here. Error, module button cannot found. Okay, so we have to create this button first, then we can do anything. So button.js, and I'm copying pasting again. So we have this button. The only thing which is good or which is highlightable here is this disabled. So in Tailwind we have this disabled and colon bg gray 300. If it is disabled, it will have a gray background, and it will be have a text of more grayish type gray, which is 500. And if it is disabled, then we are setting a attribute if it is disabled or not. So we are saying disabled equals to input.trim, whatever coming in the input means in the text area, text field, we are trimming it. We are removing trailing and backward space, and we are checking also that if it has any selected file or not, and we are saying not of both means negation. Means if we are saying if input is there, if no input is there and no file is there, no file is selected, then disable state will be true, otherwise disable state will be false. Okay, so on click we are calling the function whatever it is passed from the parent component, and we are just saying post as a text in the button. So this is what we are doing. So now again it's going to say that Firebase is not defined. So now we have to import Firebase in our project. So let's see how we can do it. So I will go to Firebase. I will go to Firebase and let's see, change the account, and select our project. Then I will go to build, then Firestore database, Then I will do create database. I will start in test mode. Click next, just select enable. Okay, our Firestore is here, but first we will go to project overview, and then we will click on this web icon here. Then we will name our application, and we will write fb clone yt and register app. We have to do npm install Firebase. Okay, so let's go back and open our terminal, npm install Firebase, and go back, and we are needing this file right now. We will be needing this stuff here, this one. Okay, first of all we'll go back and create a Firebase file at our root directory, firebase.js. okay, and this file will look like this. So we are initialize app and get apps from Firebase app. We get Firestore from Firestore, get storage from Firebase/storage, and we will be needing a new configuration. So we will remove this now, and here what we are doing is we are checking if we have this app initialize. If we have not initialized the app, then we will do initialize the app. If we have already initialized the app, then we will just return this app, okay, from get app. And then db is get Firestore, and storage is equal to get storage. And then we are exporting db default exporting app, which is here, this one. And then we are name exporting db as well as the storage. So let's go to the configuration and just copy this stuff here, Firebase config, and then go back and just paste it here. Okay, so our Firebase is here now. So let's go back to the file what's on your mind, and let's go back to the front end and see what is going on here. So let's go and reload. So it's saying invalid string for building components, stuff like that. Okay, so let's restart our server. This should resolve the issue. Okay, so our what's on your mind section is here now, as you can see. Now we need to create post section, so let's go and create post section quickly, and then I will see how then I will tell how this app is working and what we need to do to make it work. So let's go and create post.js. And in here I will copy paste. We will save it, and we will see if we have any post. We don't have any post right now, so let's do some post. We can do post, but we can also check how it is looking by passing our local post. So we can do something like this. in our feed component, what we will do is we will do something like post, and we will import post. Okay, so the post is saying data.user is not defined, and that's correct. It is not defined because we are not passing anything. So let's comment this out for now and go back to our what's on your mind section. So now if we will see, on the click of this button we are saying send post. So we are sending our post to the Firebase Firestore, so which is here. Where is the Firestore? I can just do continue to console. Okay, so which is here. So whenever we will send a post, it should be saved on this here, and we have to set up our storage also. So select on this storage, and we will create a storage in test mode. Creating default bucket. Okay, so our storage is here. Okay, and our file store is here. So let's try to send a post and then see what is going on. But before sending, I'm going to explain you how this send function is working. So send post. So first of all, this send post is async, means it can await for a function call, and it's going to wait until that function is completed its task, and then it will go further. Okay, so if first thing we are checking is if loading is true, then return. Then we will do nothing, we will not do any step, we will just return from this post. If this loading is false, then this line will say that set loading to true, and as soon as this loading will be true, what will happen is that inside here you can see loading, this will be true, the opacity of the whole, where it is, of the whole section will be dimmed to 50%. okay, so this will happen, and then what we are going to do is we are going to define a variable called docref. Docref equals to await add doc, which is coming from Firebase Firestore. Okay, and then this collection, this is also coming from Firestore, and then we are providing our db is this, as you can see, where it is, Firebase, yeah, db is this one here, which we are exporting our app basically. No, not our app, it's get Firestore, that is the db in our case. Okay, so and then we are giving it a key that we want our collection to be named as posts, and inside the post what we are going to do, we are doing setting id to session.user.uid, but uid field does not exist on the session by default. So we are going to go inside this file, auth NextAuth file, and we are going to do some modifications here. So we are going to add two things here. First is a callback, and second is secret. So callback and secret. So inside callback we will have a function called session, and this session will have a session as well as token, and we are saying session dot user and appending a new field called uid equals to token dot sub. Okay, and then we are returning this new session which we have created, means the session with uid. Okay, and then what we are going to do, we are setting a secret here, process.env out NextAuth.secret, this is because it's going to throw some warning if we don't set the secret. So this is our secret here, as you can see. So this is what we are going to setting it here. It's not necessary, but you should set the secret so that it won't throw the warning. Okay, so next up is where were we? So let's go back to again. Yeah, so now we have this UID. So and then username is coming from session.user.name, then user image is coming from session.user.image, then text is coming from the input field, this input field, as we are started typing. You can see the color of the button is blue, and if we remove everything it will be disabled. So same for if we will select a file, suppose this file is selected, then the button is blue, so we can send a request here. If we will close this, then the button will be gray. So this is working nicely. So then we have a timestamp, which is server.timestamp, which is coming from Firebase. So then we have this image ref is referring to the storage, then the posts, and then docref.id, with this id here, image. And if file is, it's saying if file is selected means image is attached, then we are doing uploading the string, and then we are waiting for it. And after that, once the download URL is available, we are getting the download URL, and then updating our previous doc with a new field called image with its URL. Okay, so and then once this is done, we are set loading to false. We are not loading anymore, and then we are clearing the input field, and then we are removing anything which is inside the selected file. So these are the steps we are doing. So let's try to send a text only stuff on the Firebase. So testing, and if we'll click, it's okay. Let's see if we have this here. Let's reload this. So we have something called post, and then we have something called id, and then we have something called test. So we are getting the data now. Now it's time to fetch the data, this data, and then to show us into the backend. So this will be done inside the feed component. So I will go into the feed component, okay, quickly. And inside feed component, what we will do, we will take a state called const post set post equals use state, okay, and by default it will take empty array, okay. Then we will use effect, we will call use effect on snapshot coming from Firestore, okay. Then query again coming from Firestore, then collection coming from Firestore, then db coming from Firebase file, okay. Then post, then we will do order by coming from Firestore, timestamp descending means a newer post will come at first, so descending, and inside here we'll do set post snapshot dot docs. Okay, looking awesome. Let's save this. Okay, so now we can use our post component. So let's see how this component works. This component expects a data and as well as an ID. So on our feed component, what we will do, first of all, uncomment this, and then we will remove everything from here. We will map through our array of post, which is this post here. We will map through it. We'll write post, okay, dot map, and we will do a single post, and for each post we will return post component with key as post dot id, with id as post dot id, and data as post dot data, and we have to evoke it. Okay, this is how this component should work. Let's see if it is working. So yeah, it's working out of the box, guys. So it's testing here, it's working for the image component. So let's try posting an image. So I will post this one, react.js, and I will write react.js, and yeah, these are okay. Let's post, and image is uploading, and our image is here also. So this is working, the post component is working. Let's go back to the post component and I will try to show you something. So this so let's go back to the post component. So this is the thing here. It's saying data.id equals to session.user.uid. If data.id, let me show you what I mean. This data.id, if this id is equals to the post id, then it means that the logged user has posted this post. So we are going to show our md close icon. So close icon means delete icon, in our case delete icon. So this icon will do what? It's on click, as you can see, it's saying delete doc, and then doc, then passing the db reference, then passing post, and then passing the id which I post to be deleted. Okay, so this is just basically this what I'm trying to say. It's this icon here, cross button. If I'll click on this, it will delete our post, but it's only visible to the current login user whose post belongs to, but it's only visible whose post belongs to the current login user. So if I'll change our login, by the way, if we click on this one, we are going to go log out. So again we are going to log in with Brave Quarters account this time. Okay, so we should not see that cross this time. Yeah, the cross is not here because this post is not done by the Brave coders. If this post has been done by Brave coders, then the cross should be here. So let's do do a post. So let's do this image and just post it. Yeah, this cross is here, we can delete it. Just click on this and it's gone. Boom. So this is it, guys. I hope everything is clear right now. So I don't think anything is left in this build here. So wait, we can deploy this to the Vercel, so that we can also use it online and we can share it with our friends. So let's go and try to deploy this on Vercel. So for that I'm going to go open the GitHub. So I will do GitHub and I will do a new repository. I will name it fb clone yt and I'll keep it public and create repository. Okay, I will upload the file using file upload. So here I will upload remove node modules and remove env file. Where it is? env.local. Yeah, remove these two files and then upload it to the GitHub. Okay, so it's processing our files. Okay, so it's here now. We will go to Vercel. Now we will go to add new project. fb clone yt. Let's import this one here. And in the environment variable, we are going to go to the env file and we are going to attach Google ID as this, and we are going to add Google secret, add this one, and then next is Google secret, and NextAuth, and NextAuth secret. Okay, all the env files are added. Let's click on deploy, and it's going to throw us an error, and I'll tell you why and how to fix it. So it's deployed right now. Nope. Yeah, deployed, building, populating, build cache, and it's here. Let's go to the dashboard. Nope, let's go to click on this one here and let's open it. And as soon as we click on this sign in with Google button, it's going to throw us an error. as you can see the redirect URI mismatch. It's because we are not at the same page. First of all, let's go to the Google Cloud Console, which is open here, already opened. So I will go to credential, and then I'll go here, and inside this add URI, click see error details and copy this till here, and then go back and paste it here, and copy this now and paste it here without forward slash. Let's save this. Now it should be working. Let's go back here and let's try. Yeah, it's here. Let's select account, and we are back to the home page. Why it is we are back to the login page? Why this happens? This because we have to change the NextAuth URL. So for that we will go to this project and we will go to here dashboard, and then YT clone, then setting, under environment variable we have to do NextAuth URL. We have to edit this, we have to paste this one, and click on save, and then we have to do what is under deployment, we have to do redeploy. Okay, so it's done. So let's go once again, try to reload this page, and we are at our app because we have already logged in using my account, so that's why we are here. So all our posts are here, as you can see, testing and then React.js. We can upload a post. So let's write coding is great and try to deploy post, and here we go, coding is great. This post is also here, and this website is also responsive, guys. If you can just see here on a smaller screen, we don't have this sidebar. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed a lot and learned a lot of stuff. I will meet you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.